Please rise in body or spirit and join me in our opening hymn this morning, Wake Now My Senses. The lyrics will be on the screen. Wake now my senses and hear the earth call. Feel the deep power of being in awe. Keep with the web of creation your vow. Giving, receiving, as love shows us how. Wake now my conscience with justice thy guide. Join with all people whose rights are denied. Take not for granted a privileged place. God's love embraces the whole human race. Wake now my vision of ministry clear. Brighten my pathway with radiance here. Mingle my calling with all who will share. Work toward a planet transformed by our care. Please be seated.
Yesterday a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painter ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game.
Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams.
And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game.
16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town. And they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circles down.
And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
Every day I see or hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light.
It was what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation.
Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations.
Oh, good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these? The untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made of grass.
We light our chalice this morning, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith.
May it be a flame that invites us to move forward with curiosity and creativity. May it be a beacon that helps us remember who we are called to be together in this world, to be the welcome we seek. May it be a call to share our gifts with open and willing hearts.
May we be carriers of its light of radical welcome and warmth into wholeness, into liberation, into the one circle of life. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to this Sunday service on Mother's Day at the River Unitarian Universalist Fellowship here in Durham, North Carolina. I'm Reverend Daniel Trollinger, Executive Minister, and whoever you are, wherever you come from, whatever your race or gender identities, whomever you love, and wherever you are on your search for truth, meaning, and liberation, we welcome you. And we also welcome little children who likes to make noises. It's fine, you can stay. We welcome all of you here. If you're new to this community, especially if you're visiting for the first or second time, we invite you to rise and body your spirit so we may give you a proper welcome. If you're watching on the live stream, please introduce yourself in the chat. Our Inquirers class for visitors and newcomers occurs after the service in the Care Building today. If you have children or youth with you, they're welcome to join one of our religious exploration classes, and that will be in the building next door as the children are sung out after the time for all ages. We also invite you to the fellowship hall for coffee, conversation right after the service. A couple of brief reminders. You've already noted the first one. We're now at our summer schedule, one service at 10 a.m. Thank you for being here. The annual meeting will be on Sunday, May 31st, and we'll hear more about that from Andrew Jones, our board chair, in just a moment. Now would be a good time to silence any devices, including my own. And let's center ourselves. Take a breath. And welcome the gifts of this day.
Yes, it is that time of the year once again. I am here to begin recruiting some folks to volunteer with religious exploration for the coming 2026-2027 congregational year. Volunteering with RE is such an important role in the congregation. Part of the role of RE in a congregation is to give our children and youth grounding for how to live a meaningful and values-based life. We want them to know what Unitarian Universalism is. These children and youth are going to be the future of this world and possibly the future of ERUUF and Unitarian Universalism. So children and youth in the room, wave your hands for us. Where are you? Children and youth in the room. And this is a fraction of our children and youth. Excellent. These folks are our future. Now, part of what makes RE unexpected is we're trying to build the future through play and also letting children and youth make up their own minds about things. This is not school. It's not indoctrination. We're trying to make exploration the focus. And we need you. So each year it takes about 50 volunteers to make RE run. That's over the course of a year. Even with skilled staffing and fantastic youth interns, it still takes about 50 volunteers. Now, if you've been a volunteer or a youth intern this year, wave your hands for us. Thank you so much to these folks. Again, only a fraction of those folks. So also, each year, some of those folks need to take a break, which is good and normal. But it means we also need you, yes, you playful person, or you whimsical person, or you thoughtful person, or you engaged person out there. So what do we need right now? Because we've already started building many of our teams for next year. What do we still need? And we'll be looking for this summer. We are looking for 3 to 6 people who would really enjoy interacting with kids and have either been UUs for a while or are inventive or lively. We need these few folks to add to or expand our already vibrant lead teaching teams. Each of these folks would join an energized team and lead sessions twice a month in grades ranging from pre-kindergarten to 5th grade. We are looking for 4 to 7 people who like teenagers. These are folks who would volunteer for our Crossing Paths curriculum that learns about other faith traditions and sometimes takes field trips to them, or would help host middle school youth group after Sunday service. And we are looking for many other people who don't need to prepare something in advance. We are looking for some folks who could be support folks once or twice a month on a Sunday with our smallest folks through our 5th graders. They show up a little bit early. Our lead teachers explain to them what they'll be doing, and they jump in and do. We could also use many folks to take turns at our RE welcome table in the lobby. And this is like once every 2 months on a Sunday morning, signing kids in and helping get their name tags. Low commitment and very important because it helps our lead teachers and our support folks get it done over there. So part of the reason I ask you to join in volunteering is this. The more people who are involved from those small roles to those big roles, the more skills we have on board. And the more skills we have on board, the more we are capable of doing. Members of our RE ministry team will be tabling after service today to give you more information, so do come and say hello. Also, if you're interested, you can find a volunteer sign-up in e-news, or you can email RE-staff, no spaces, RE-staff@eruf.org for more info. Thank you in advance for being part of building the future. And now, shifting gears, it's time for a time for all ages. And yes, come fill the space. Can you come down a little bit? Make sure I'm not lonely up here all by myself at the front. Let's see, make some space for, you've got some some folks who are shorter than you at least coming around there, but they are pretty old, they're older elementary. Make sure they can get through. Excellent. Excellent. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The theme of this month is curiosity. I'm curious what this book is about. I'm curious as to what we'll be doing today. And this book starts this way. There are days you are bored. How many people in here get bored? A few of us down here. How many people out there get bored? Some of you out there. There are days you are bored, you're finished, you're through. There's no more to explore, to see, think, or do. There's nothing to ponder, nothing to know. You've lost your spark. That's your get up and go. He looks kind of bored. You stared at the screen, you stared at the wall, you've stared into space and gone nowhere at all. You don't want to run, your toys don't seem fun, you don't even want to go play with someone. How many people have had this day? I certainly have had this day. Not recently, but I've had this day. So you'll sit inside, cranky and tired, feeling frustrated, so uninspired. And you're sure you'll never find anything new. You'll just lie around. That's just what you will do. Gosh, he seems so bored. Do the people outside look bored? No, not at all. But wait, what's that there outside your door? It's a new friend that you've not met before. Someone who won't let the world pass you by, now introducing the curious why. This is part of a series of books. There's one about a yet. I think it's the magical, yeah?
Magical yet. I read it in my class.
Yes, the magical, and we've used that here. The curious why is another part of this series. I actually think the curious why looks very curious. I'm very excited about it. The curious why will help you to see that you're only bored if you choose to be. Yes. Because why knows that there's much more to be found if you wonder and wander and look all around. Sometimes it helps to be a little bit bored. It gets you ready to go find something to explore. A knowledge collector, a tell me more teacher. The curious why is a gotta know creature. So if you spot something curious, then why starts asking how, what, where, and when. Yes. Like, how does this glow? I don't know how lightning bugs glow. Somebody in this room probably knows. And what makes this grow? How many people kind of know what makes that grow? Or really know? Some of you really know, I bet. And where in the world did the dinosaurs go? And when were the first T-Rex fossils found? And just how deep were they found in the ground? Yes.
They were like this deep.
Like this deep? They're definitely down there a ways. How have all these questions got your gears turning? Let's find the answers. It's time to get learning. Welcome to a place where why always looks. It's the library, and it's filled with books. Check out the covers, dive into the stacks, flip through the pages to find all the facts. It's a spiral. Oh, I was thinking it was something else. It's close to it. Does anybody know what I'm thinking of? Yeah, it's close to the Fibonacci sequence, isn't it? If you don't know what that is, give it a look. But it's not quite the Fibonacci sequence, is it? It's close. Yeah. Golden ratio. Okay. Then voyage, see, even the adults have to get in on this sometimes, y'all. Then voyage through time to life long before us. Whoa, over there, Brachiosaurus, yes. And here's something else that you may discover. Why has made you a natural history lover? Now you're crafting, you're drawing, and making cool things with feathers and scales, with claws, spikes, and wings. You've got a new interest. Boredom's been busted, because with the why, your outlook adjusted. It's a chunky word. And the curious why has a question for you. What are more things that you wish you knew? What's something you wish you knew?
I wish that I knew what happens if paintings didn't exist.
What would happen if paintings didn't exist? I think that would probably be terrible. Do you want to know how crayons are made? How banjos are played, or why rainbows fade? Internal rhyme. Do you like gazing at planets and stars? Team up with the why and journey to Mars. Yes, perhaps there's a new food you'd like to make. You and the why can bake an upside down cake. And how does a bee buzz? What makes a bee sting? You can ask why about everything. We've got a really good book about bees in the RE library. With all these questions and answers, you'll find that the curious why has opened your mind. And if your friends need their sparks ignited, then you and the why can get them excited. Because you've got all this knowledge to share. You're a T-Rex expert. It's a big one. Extraordinaire. That is a chunky word right there. And when you keep asking, searching, finding, walking paths unknown and winding, digging deeper and stargazing, you'll see all that is amazing. Is that spiral, dinosaurs, whales, bees, a pencil? Now, there's no limit to how far you'll go, how much you'll learn, or how much you'll know. And you'll never be bored unless you try. When you open your door to the curious. So we are going to encourage you to go be curious in religious exploration, and I will see you there. What? Yeah?
Peace, salam, shalom. 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 Turn and greet your neighbor. I forget.
Good morning. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees. You know, one of the things I absolutely love about being a part of this community is that we don't just talk about shared ministry, we practice it. Sometimes that practice looks like worship, sometimes it looks like service, and sometimes it looks like showing up and raising your hand. I'm about to talk about the annual meeting and being a General Assembly delegate. And I can feel some of you bracing yourselves. Now, I know when you hear the words annual meeting or General Assembly delegate, your first thought might be, wow, I hope there's coffee involved. And yes, there will be, immediately following the service in the fellowship hall. I promise this is actually about something bigger than agendas and votes. It's about exercising your voice. It's about belonging. It's about shaping the future of this congregation and our wider faith together. As we approach our annual meeting on May 31st, I want to offer a warm and heartfelt reminder of how important your presence is to the life of this congregation. This gathering is more than a meeting. It is a moment of shared governance, reflection, and visioning. Together, we celebrate where we have been, attend to the responsibilities of the present, and discern our path forward. Your voice, your presence, and your participation matter deeply as we continue to shape the future of our community with intention and care. We also recognize that schedules and circumstances do not always allow everyone to attend in person. In the spirit of inclusion and accessibility, absentee voting is available for those who are unable to join in person. This ensures that every member still has the opportunity to participate in the decisions that guide our congregation. Absentee ballots can be accessed online as well as in the office. On May 31st, the meeting will be live streamed. However, all voting will be via absentee ballot or in the sanctuary at the time of the meeting. Whether you're present in the room or participating through absentee ballot, your engagement is a vital expression of our shared covenant and commitment to one another. I encourage each of you to take part in whatever way you are able. Information about the annual meeting and all related documents can be found in the weekly e-news and on ERUUF's website. Now to my second ask. We would also like you to consider being a delegate at this year's General Assembly. Did you know that you can be a delegate without ever leaving your comfy recliner in the living room? Yes, you can be a delegate completely virtually. Virtually, isn't that awesome? You don't have to go anywhere, right? So, serving as a delegate in this year's General Assembly is both an honor and a spiritual responsibility. Delegates are not simply attendees, they are the voice of our congregation in the wider Unitarian Universalist Association. Through their participation, delegates help shape the direction, priorities, and witness our faith at the national level. From voting on governance matters to engaging in conversations about justice, equity, and the future of our movement, delegates ensure that our shared values are not only spoken, but enacted. When we send delegates, we are extending our presence beyond these walls, affirming that our congregation is part of something larger, something deeply interconnected. Being a delegate is also a powerful act of leadership and stewardship. It calls for thoughtful discernment, active listening, and a commitment to representing the diverse voices within this community. Delegates conclude their participation at GA with renewed energy, insight, and inspiration that can strengthen our ministries here at ERUUF. Supporting and encouraging participation is the role, in this role is an investment in our collective future, ensuring that we remain engaged, informed, and aligned with the evolving work of Unitarian Universalism. If you're interested in being a delegate at this year's GA, please speak with any board member or one of our ministers. Now for my third and final ask. I'm just kidding. I'll see y'all at the annual meeting.
Please join me now in the spirit of meditation and prayer. Spirit of life, we enter this time together with a spirit of curiosity and openness. As we listen deeply and learn from one another, our hopes and fears are revealed within the humanity we share. May the stories we gather and share draw constellations that reflect a shared ministry that calls out the best in us, to live out our common values, to bring equity and compassion into our daily lives, and to resist all that threatens the earth and her people. As a people who care for one another and the world, we also lift up our concerns and joys. We hold in our hearts Dan Grandstaff, who continues to recover from a recent spine fracture and continues to improve. He's being kept in good spirits by friends and family. We hold in our hearts Lisa Chandek Stark and her family at their grief at the recent death of her mother, Carolyn Williams. Cards and emails of care are welcome at this time. We hold in our hearts all those in our community and our own families facing grief, loss, or illness. We hold in our hearts all children everywhere, that they may know care, love, and belonging. Let us also take a moment to hold all the joys and successes that lay before us in life. Today we honor the celebration of Mother's Day and all mothers everywhere. Today I also lift up the joy of seeing our beautiful campus in springtime that is cared for by a garden team of volunteers who were hard at work here yesterday. May we continue to celebrate these moments on the journey together. Let us be the welcome we seek and the caring community we crave. And in a spirit of unity, lift up all of our prayers and blessings and honor this moment in silence. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.
Our meditation hymn this morning is number 123, Spirit of Life. Words and lyrics are on the screen. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand. of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
We still get a newspaper every day. 2, in fact. My husband Ed and I like reading news that's less personally curated, not edited by algorithm. I still believe in the values of journalism. Certainly, truth is multiple, and perspective always matters. At the same time, I believe there is an essential difference between journalistic integrity in trying to represent what's real and true, as opposed to the spin machine of dishonest manipulation. It's not easy to find out what's happening in the big world. So we still get 2 newspapers a day and turn the pages and read the stories. I often feel outraged and disgusted and even despairing with what I read. Some mornings I'm not up for it and I skip the paper that morning. Some days I'm overwhelmed and turn away. But sometimes I can get curious. When I get curious, 2 things can happen. First, I try to understand. I engage with more empathy and interest rather than condemnation or judgment. I really do want to know how this works, or how we got to this place, or what the other is hoping for. I stop marinating in outrage and remember the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Some actions and decisions, of course, are based in greed for money or power. I'm not interested in being naive about the dark selfishness of some motivations. But many are based in fear or pain, the fear of being left out or abandoned, the pain of being rejected or seen as inferior. I can find a little common ground so that the dark dehumanization of the other is less able to take root in my heart. So I have a little more ability to be the change I want to see in the world. And secondly, I get curious about what is possible. Sometimes I can remember that the future is not laid out ahead of us, a grim trajectory, solid and already in place. It is something we create together, connected to the present, but newly arising in each moment. I can get curious about leaning into a future that moves towards justice, towards peace, towards recognition of our profound interdependency, towards caring for this beautiful world and for each other. I can be more open to what I need to do right now in my tiny piece of the big reality that is always in process, always being created. Does my tiny piece matter? Of course. It all matters. That's what reality is actually made of, all of our tiny pieces together. So my curiosity can lead me to expand my vision of what's possible, to imagine the next small step I can do to co-create a future where we all could thrive, moment by moment, bit by bit, step by step. Curiosity leads to the creation of the new.
Have you ever started looking up one thing and later found yourself in a vastly different place? You know, going down a rabbit hole of searching with a dozen detours along the way. Today's sermon's going to be a little bit like that. We're going to weave the thread of curiosity, because following one thing to the next is a form of curiosity. And you remember the origins of the metaphor, right? Going down the rabbit hole. That's from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. A cautionary tale of curiosity leading to some very bizarre and surreal experiences. History and literature are full of warnings about too much curiosity. There's Adam and Eve and the apple of knowledge, Icarus and the sun, and Pandora's box. There's a reason for this caution, though. Curiosity resists control and rules. It's unpredictable, sometimes subversive, and can challenge the status quo. While curiosity might be the seed of innovation, it also resists constraint and convention. It challenges, it questions, it expands possibilities. Of course, there's different types of curiosity, like in our curiosity from the perspective of a child, like in our story today, simply with a desire, following a desire to learn more about the world. Our little goat friend here embodies curiosity in a simple picture. What's another way? Perhaps getting to know another person. What is your story? What do you have to share about life? And their history, the curiosity of exploring how and why things happened, and maybe even what we can learn from the past that can inform the future. Psychology is a whole discipline devoted to curiosity about human dynamics. So, how did that make you feel? Well, when I first encountered curiosity as our theme this month, I felt totally blank. Lately, my head has been focused not on creativity and curiosity, but on the practical part of my portfolio here. Project management, strategic plan, balancing the budget, planning for next program year. Any questions I could summon were about deadlines, not possibilities. And we all have pragmatic things we have to tend to in life, whether that's groceries or laundry, or that's plans and schedules. So, meeting the moment, I leaned into this. What exactly does practical curiosity look like? I'll share a few things I discovered along the way. Hopefully, there'll be some practical takeaways for you. But let's begin with a paradoxical study from science. In Newtonian physics, when an apple falls from the tree, it falls, whether you're observing it or not. Law of gravity, right? In quantum physics, the laws operate a little bit differently. One aspect of this is revealed in the paradox of the observer effect. In 1801, British scholar Thomas Young ran a test to show how light behaves as a wave. Today, with the formulation of quantum mechanics, this double slit experiment he conducted is now known for demonstrating that light exists as both a wave and a particle. Oddly, though, this duality cannot be simultaneously observed. Observing light in the form of a particle instantly obscures its wave-like nature, and vice versa. This experiment illustrates a key principle of quantum mechanics, that all physical objects, including light, are simultaneously particles and waves. The observer changes the observed through the act of observation. Now, this ultimately leads to Professor Schrödinger and his cat, but this isn't a physics class. If you are curious, though, and want to learn more, look up double slit experiment and watch a video on it. It's fascinating. You may have heard the adage, where attention goes, energy flows. The bottom line is, the lens through which we choose to put our attention can change the parameters of what we can know and what we can encounter. The observer changes the observed. All right, translate with practical curiosity. How can we apply this quantum physics principle to the way we interface with life? I invite you to join me on a simple experiment right now. I want you to look around this room and notice everything that you see here that's brown, all the different shades of brown. Quickly find all the brown, and now close your eyes just for a second. Focus. And recall everything in this room that is blue. Not what you expected. The lens we start with impacts what we notice and what we can know. And let's do another simple experiment. Focus in this moment on something you're grateful for. And close your eyes for a moment if you like, and intensify that focus of gratitude and feel it. And with your eyes still closed, think of 3 more things that you're grateful for. Expand your inner field of vision with the lens of gratitude. Now open your eyes. And what do you notice? What do you feel? Seeing with the eyes of gratitude focuses attention in a direction that can not only change what you notice and feel, with practice, it can also change the very nature of what appears around you. And don't take my word for it. Run this experiment on your own. See if it's true. Keep in mind, though, if you spend just 5 or 10 minutes a day focusing on gratitude consciously, note that where you spend the other 23 plus hours with your energy and attention will also impact your life experience. Feel free to keep the gratitude glasses on. Now let's turn the page. There's a foundational teaching in Zen Buddhism known as beginner's mind, or Shoshin. It refers to dropping preconceived ideas, expectations, and judgments to approach life with curiosity and openness. The concept was popularized in the West by Zen master Shunryu Suzuki in his 1970 spiritual classic, Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. He writes, "If your mind is empty, it is always ready for anything. It is open to everything. In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert's mind, there are few." Some key aspects of beginner's mind is emptying the cup, releasing existing biases and assumptions. Another is boundless possibility, remaining receptive to new perspectives and solutions without necessarily holding on to a specific goal. And then radical presentness, treating this current moment as fresh and unique. Now, there's several ways to cultivate this beginner's mind. One is to catch yourself when you're thinking, I already know that. Another is to listen deeply to another person, not think about what you're going to say in response. The third is curiosity, actively questioning with intellectual humility. And then there's meditation, learning to observe thoughts without following where they go. Master Suzuki writes, when you listen to someone, you should give up all your preconceived ideas and your subjective opinions. Just listen. Okay, so it might take a little practice to live into beginner's mind and use this lens to focus. See what happens when you give it a go in your daily life. Turning the page again. How about spiritual curiosity? What can we discover about ourselves and some of the bigger questions of life? Let's start with where you are right now. I invite you to reflect on a moment on your spiritual life, your values, and your beliefs. Within your own inner world, let a question bubble up. something you are curious about in your search for truth and meaning. If more than one question comes up, that's fine, but focus now just on one question. Where does this question connect with what you know or don't know? Now, with a beginner's mind, empty your cup and open to going on a journey of discovery without a specific goal of finding an answer. Just following your curiosity with this question with a willing heart and mind. Then go on your search. Read, listen, discover, employ all your tools of curiosity to engage this question. Take some time with it, maybe over the summer. Then at some point, pause. Take stock and notice what you experienced on your adventure in Wonderland. Look back and hold gratitude for the gifts you received along the way, even for the journey itself. A number of years ago, I held an intention around active curiosity with understanding deeper ways of listening. Instead of researching and reading, this time I just held the intention to learn beyond what I already knew. I was surprised to see that soon I began to run into people that had much to share about this topic. I met a new friend who actually taught listening skills in seminars, conversations with people who had been studying nonviolent communication, invitation to join appreciative inquiry circles. Over time, I began to expand possibilities for listening in new ways just by holding a lens of curiosity. I chose to adopt a beginner's mind to grow beyond what I knew and received many gifts along the way. Let's turn the page again. The UU living tradition. Curiosity has a very practical application in the context of Unitarian Universalism. Theologian James Luther Adams proposed that revelation is continuous. It's not fixed in a doctrine, a creed, or a book, but the sacred keeps speaking through human experience, science, art, history, and community. This non-creedal, continuous revelation is not just a casual openness that anything goes, but a disciplined spiritual orientation that asks us again and again to live into the covenant we make with each other as a pluralistic community. This means valuing the inherent worth and dignity of everyone. This means the active celebration of theological and even non-theist diversity, where people of different faiths, philosophies, and backgrounds learn from one another. Emphasis on learn from one another. Awakening curiosity is not an occasional theme for UUs, but rather a theological imperative. When we stop listening, asking, growing, or even being surprised by the great mystery, then we are no longer a living tradition. Living requires nourishing, tending, questioning to explore ways that truth and love are continually being revealed in our lives, even if that sometimes means sitting in an uncomfortable place of unknowing or uncertainty. Now, to some, ongoing revelation can seem like too much flexibility in belief. However, this is not a weakness in the living tradition. It's actually an openness through which we can discover new ways of living justice and compassion, new ways of welcoming and building community, new ways of searching for truth, meaning, and liberation. The living tradition is something we actively participate in with our energy, our attention, and curiosity. It also means that we're choosing to listen with a beginner's mind to the stories, traditions, and experiences of others as a way to learn and grow while we remain curiously open to what comes next. As we grow this living tradition, hear this invitation from Reverend Tess Bomberger. As we encounter others in our own community who are exploring different paths than our own, as we listen to their stories about what they have seen along the way, as we come to understand their beliefs, we gain new insights that serve to open us, to transform us, and to lead us onward. They reawaken our spiritual curiosity. She continues. To link the word love with seeking and truth calls us back into the heart dimension of our faith. The love dimension, the heart dimension, calls us to accept and to encourage one another on our different journeys. And it also calls us to create a sense of spiritual homecoming for one another. So, what comes next in our exploration of practical curiosity? There is the power of the gratitude lens that can change our relationship to everything around us. A daily gratitude practice can be life-changing. There's the invitation to practice beginner's mind, emptying the cup of what we know and remaining open and curious to the experiences of others. There's the opportunity to explore the question that emerge from within our own spiritual curiosity, then go on a journey with an open heart and mind. Then there's the invitation to actively participate in the living tradition of Unitarian Universalism with renewed curiosity and openness to explore ways of living our values and our work together. As we listen and learn, ask and appreciate, as we engage the practice of practical curiosity together, let us be the welcome we seek. And with curious and caring hearts, let us create a spiritual homecoming for one another. May it be so. We weave the fabric of beloved community when we draw our circle ever wider and cultivate hearts of generosity as a practice. As the greeters come forward, place tangible gifts in the pouches or point your device at the QR code on the screen that'll lead to our giving portal. Thank you.
Curiosity.
We give thanks for the many gifts that support the building of this beloved community. Thank you, River Folk, for the special music today. Christian will now lead us in our closing hymn.
Please rise in body or spirit and join me in our closing hymn. Oh yeah, yeah. It's number 1020. The lyrics will be on the screen. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Our closing words today come from Rainer Maria Rilke. Be patient towards all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love them questions themselves. Like locked rooms and like books in a very foreign tongue, do not seek the answers which cannot be given you, because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps you will then gradually, without even noticing, live along some distant day into the answer. Go in peace. Go in love.